Hello guys, my name is Quentin and welcome back to Scry Guys. Today we're going to talk about one new Precon from Bloomborough. And the pre-release is this week, so you might get your hands on one of the four Precon commanders. And today we're going to talk about Hazel the Rootbloom. And she's pretty fun. I enjoyed making this list. She's pretty cool, and this deck is honestly really cool. There could be a lot of room for a lot of upgrades. I can see there's upgrade deck tech, but I think my upgrade could enhance your ability on upgrading it as well. But let's move on to the commander herself, which is Hazel the Rootbloom. So she's a Gagari 2 colorless Squirrel Druid. Tap it, pay 2 life, and then tap X untap tokens you control, and then add X mana in any combination of colors, which is really nice. You can make a lot of mana very fast. And then at the beginning of your end step, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. If that token is a squirrel, instead create 2 tokens that are a copy of it. I really do think this is a Selesnya ability, in my opinion. This screams Selesnya, but it's Gargaru, so I'm not complaining. And then also it's a 3/5, which is a really big body, really hard to kill. May all your catches be full. I love that little lore text there, flavor text. But yeah, let's just move on right on to the creatures here. So we are playing 27 creatures, and the 27 are Academy Manufacturer, Birch Paradise, Blood Artist, Braids, Artisan of Nightmares, Crank of Bloom, Carrion Feeder, Cauldron Familiar, Satterfane, Squirrel General, Encircle, During Druids. All the cards are pretty good. I went with the Aristocrat route for this list. There is a Squirrel backup plan in this as well, where you make a bunch of Squirrel tokens and B-Face. There's definitely a lot of routes you could go with, but let's just get right into Creature Manufacturer, just there for literally just a big advantage there. Everyone knows the card, it's a really busted card. Bridge to Paradise for mana, Blood Artist for Aristocrat things, so as Braids, Cricket Bloom for just basically sacrificing it just to destroy an artifact or enchantment. We're not really proliferating, unless someone has a infect counter. And then we have Carrion Feeder just for the sack outlay, Cold Familiar, because we are playing the Oven combo in here, and I think it's a great piece in here. Since we are making food from literally anything from our deck. And then we're playing Satterfang, why not? It comes in Precon, my was at it. And then Circle Dream Druid, which helps us a lot when we have a bunch of 1/1 tokens. And moving on, we got Deathrite Shaman, Deep Forest Hermit, Dried Arbor, Elves of Deep Shadow, Experimental Confectioner, Gala Greeters, Gila Goose, Midnight Reaper, and Mirkwood Bats. All really good cards in here. Deathrite Shaman for mana, and a little bit of other things too. We could exile cards from opponent graveyard. Deep Forest Hermit is the squirrel backup plan. If things don't go our way with the Aristocrat thing, we just make a bunch of squirrels and start swinging at people. Dried Arbor, since we are playing Green Sun Zenith, I think it's appropriate to put in here so we could get fast mana, and then now Deep Shadow mana. Confectioner is another combo piece with I forgot his name, but he'll be on the other side. But she's a combo piece there. Gallagher's just a nice card, creates treasure for us, gains its life, put counters on things, or just Gallagher's. And then we're playing Gilded Goose just because it's enter value to make a food counter or food token, which is nice. And then we get to make food off of Gilded Goose, and it's mana as well. And then Midnight Reaper helps us draw whenever a creature I control dies by deal V1, which you find the Mirkwood Bats, which is insanely good in this list just because whenever we create or sacrifice a token, each opponent loses 1 life, which I do love. Let's move on to the next slide here, which is Squirrel Sovereign, Nadir's Nightblade, Peregrine, Took, Pippin Warden, and then Proper Keeper, Ravenous Squirrel, Toski, Bear Secrets, Vizier Seer, and Warren, Soul Trader. So all the cards are really good as well. Backup plan of the Squirrels, Nadir's Nightblade, which is really nice since we are making a lot of tokens, and we're going to sack them. Deal 1, little Aristocrat stuff there. Peregrine Took, which is another combo piece with Experimental Confectioner. Pippin, which is just a backdoor into combat since we are making a lot of food in this list. Might as well use some of our food to give our creatures a buff and then swing on in. And it could create itself a food as well, which I do love. Prophecy Keeper just gain some life when those tokens come into battlefield. And then Ravenous Squirrel, which is really nice just because it gets big by itself. And as well as we could sacrifice artifact or creatures, or creature to it, and I get to draw a card and gain 1 life. Toski there for the draw. which I do, and it's a squirrel as well. So, and come with Precon. And then we've got Viziers here. Another nice sack outlet, and then Warren Soul Trader, which is another sack outlet, but it really fuels our mana base, which I love. But yeah, there's nothing to say. I think this is perfect for what it is. I think there is a better version for this, probably a high budget version. If you guys want to see it, you know it, 20 likes. But let's move on. We're running 8 artifacts here. We're playing Ascian's Altar, Bolas Citadel, Idol Oblivion, Lightning Greaves, Nuka-Cola Vending Machine, Skull Clamp, Soul Ring, and Witch's Oven. So all the cards are very useful here. Ascian's Altar, nice sack outlet, and mana just to help us out here. Bolas Citadel, which is really nice for the late game where we're making a lot of mana and we're not drawing into anything. We might as well just reveal top card and start casting stuff with our life. Idol Oblivion helps us draw cards. Lightning Greave protects our commander and gives it haste as well. And then Nuka-Cola Vending Machine, which is really nice, creates a lot of things like food and treasure tokens, which I do love. Skull Clamp, which helps us get rid of our 1/1 when we don't need them and draw more cards with, and then Soul Ring, and then Witch's Oven, I could say, with Culture Familiar. So let's move on from the artifacts into the 11 instance. So the 11 instance I got here is Assassin Trophy, Dark Ritual, Deadly Dispute, Fanatical Offering, Heroic Intervention, Malakir Rebirth, Nature's Claim, Second Harvest, Tear Asunder. So all the cards pretty good. Just a nice, lot of removal spells, or not even a lot. Just a lot of interactive spells like Assassin Trophy, Tear, and then Nature's Claim. And then we got a lot of draws too at Deadly Dispute and Fanatic Offering. And then we got Dark Ritual, a little bit of fast mana, and then a little bit of protection with Heroic Intervention and Malaki Rebirth. And then we got Second Harvest just to gain advantage from all of our tokens. So let's move on to more. So we got Village Rites and Vitalize. So Vitalize, I'm kinda iffy on, just because we could untap our commander, then tap it again, make more mana. You could definitely turn this into some disgusting big mana deck where you get castle dodging and stuff, which I do love to see someone do, or me. I would love to make a big fatty deck where I get to make a bunch of tokens, tap my commander for like 15 or something like that, and cast like an Emrakul or something dumb, right? And then Village Rite just to help us draw in the early games as well. But yeah, that's it of the instance here. And let's talk about the 11 sorcery. So the 11 sorcery that we got here: Diabolical Intent, Exterminate, Feed the Swarm, Flare Cultivation, Green Sun Zenith, Nature's Lore, Night Whispers, Pick Your Poison, and Pitless Carnage. So Diabolical Intent seems pretty good in here. Basically just a body shooter for our deck, since we do not care about our token creatures. We get a tutor, a card, probably one of our finishers, one of our combo pieces, and our creatures, or Exterminate, and another card in the next slide here. And then we do have some interactive pieces here: Feed the Swarm and Pick Your Poison. Really nice cards, very cheap, very interactive for two stuff that we do not want on battlefield. And a little bit of ramp here, which is Flare Cultivation, Nature's Lore, all really nice. And then Green Sun Zenith, therefore Dried Arbor, or any of our other great creatures in our deck. And then Night Whisper for more card advantage, and then Pitless Carnage for more card advantage, but we can plot it away, which is really nice with our extra mana that we make with Hazel. So let's move on to the last slide here. We're playing 3 Visits and Torment Hellfire. So we do have quite a bit of finisher, just because with our commander making a lot of mana, we have Torment Hellfire and Exterminate, another way to win the game, which I really do like. And then 3 Visits, which is another ramp piece. We want to make sure that we can catch a commander on turn 3. Turn 2 would be amazing, but turn 3 is ideal for our deck. Alright, we're playing 7 enchantment. These 7 enchantments are Bitter Blossom, Blight Mound, Insidious Roots, Peril Lives, Squirrel Sanctuary, Demetos Massacre, Trail of Crumbs. All really good cards here. Bitter Blossom creates 1/1s for us, and then Blight Mound, attacking pests you control. Oh yeah, whenever a non-token creature you control dies, create a 1/1 green pest token, which is really good for our deck, just because if we have the Oven and Culture Familiar out, we get to abuse this card and create a bunch of 1/1s that gain us life when they die, which is really nice. And then Insidious Roots, which I think is really good in this list. Creature token you control have add 1 mana, which is really good for our deck. And then whenever one of our creature cards you leave your graveyard, create a 0/1 plant, and then put a 1/1 counter on each plant you control, which is really good since we have the Cauldron combo. But I'm not saying you're not going to get it all the time, just that you really only care about the first ability, but if you get that, you're basically locked in the game. Paralyzed, I want to put like at least one double effect in here. You can put double season in here as well, but that's a little bit more money. That's 30, the other one is 40, so pick your poison there. Squirrel Sanctuary, can't go wrong with squirrels. You create 1/1 when you enter battlefield. And then whenever non-token creature you control dies, you may pay one. If you do, return Squirrel Sanctuary to its owner's hand. Really good card there. And then Meat Hope Massacre. I love Meat Hope Massacre. Really good in Aristocrat type of decks. You get a bloated board, and then this stays on the battlefield. And then you get to use Meat Hope Massacre as a Aristocrat outlet. And then Trail of Crumbs. Excuse me. As a way for more card advantage with all your mana. You get to sack some foods and get looking in your deck, which I do love. So let's move on to the last bit. I think I put that at the last, but that's okay. So 34 lands, Bajuka Bog, Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Fable Passage, Llanowar Waste, Overgrown Tomb, Shifting Woodland, Tainted Wood, and then Twilight Mire. Just really cheap dual land for our deck just to help us out. And then some utility lands as well with Bajuka Bog and Shifting Woodlands. Then everything else is fine. Then we do have Fable Passage for our fetch. And then Undergrowth Stadium, Vertic Catacombs, Woodland Cemetery, Yavimaya Cradle Growth. And then we are playing 10 Forests and 11 Swamps for the mana base. And I believe that's where I put this slide at, which is not normal. So sorry about that, guys. So we're playing one Planeswalker here, which is Grist, the Hunger Tide. I think Grist is pretty good in here just because we get a tutor out with Greenstone Zenith. And it's a very good utility card just because we get to create tokens off of it and we get to destroy stuff by sacking something of ours, and I do love that a lot. And then each one loses life equal to number of creature cards in your graveyard, which is not really going to happen. We only care about the first two abilities, but Grist is really nice here, so I really like her in this list. But yeah, I think that is it for today. Hope you guys liked today's video. I'll be working on the Bant Precon coming up, which is Miss, I forgot her name. But I'll be working on her for Wednesday video. This will be Monday's video, so tomorrow, basically, this video coming out. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about this Precon. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Or anything like that? Or what card will you add to this Precon upgrade that I made that you want to see instead? And then if you guys want to see a high budget video, definitely smash that like button to get to 20 likes, and I'll definitely pump out a high budget video coming out the week after this week. So, geez, I cannot speak today. But yeah, I think that is it today, guys. I will catch y'all Wednesday. See ya.